If you've ever Googled best beginner backpacking gear, you already know the problem. You get 10 different lists, 10 different opinions, and half of them feel like ads. So instead of pretending that I have all the answers, I asked you, real backpackers, to tell me what gear you trusted for a beginner. And I was blown away at the responses that you guys gave me. So today I'm sharing with you the 30-day results, including a few picks that actually surprised me. Also, stay to the end, because I'm going to tell you how I'm going to turn this into a 6-month gear giveaway, where one person is going to get the most popular items of the big 4 that you can either keep for yourself or give away to somebody else. What makes this list different than a lot of other videos that you see is that this isn't my opinion. From the responses that I got from all of you, over 37 backpackers. This community represents over 383 years of experience and over 2,000 nights out on the trail. That's crazy. So if you're brand new, this video is basically what would experienced backpackers put in your hands if you were brand new to the trail. And if you already backpack, you're going to want to compare your kit to this gear list because there's some serious consensus here. One quick note, this isn't a one perfect answer video. Some of the categories have a clear winner, but some of the others are split because different hikers value different things. So for each of the categories, I'm going to give you the top 2 to 3 picks, talk a little bit about why they keep showing up. And if there's no perfect winner, I'm going to give you my advice on what I think is the beginner safe option. Let's start with the backpack. There's a pretty clear pattern in this one. The community kept circling around 3 beginner safe packs. The Durston Kakwa 55, the REI Flash 55, and the Nature Hike 60 liter. And here's what that tells me. Beginners need a pack that's comfortable, durable, and not complicated, but yet still light enough that you're not suffering for no reason. A beginner doesn't need to start with the lightest pack on earth. They need a pack that'll actually carry well for them when they accidentally pack a little heavy, because everybody does this at first. So what pack did you start with? And what would you tell your past self? The shelter category really surprised me because one name kept showing up over and over again, specifically the Durston X-Mid and the X-Dome. And if you want a more budget-friendly option, the Landsham Pro was showing up pretty constantly as well, especially as a beginner-friendly, lightweight option shelter. What people were choosing here wasn't the lightest tents on the market. It's easy setup, weather protection, and value. Beginners don't need a tent that's cool. They need a tent that works when they're cold, tired, and are having to set up in bad conditions. If there's one theme that screamed throughout the survey, it was this one. Don't skimp on sleep. For quilts/sleeping bags, the repeat picks were Enlightened Equipment quilts, Zen Bivy systems, and the REI Magma, especially for beginner-friendly options. And then on pads, you basically had 3 lanes. The Comfort plus Warmth lane, the Nemo Tensor All-Season Elite, the Proven Ultralight lane, the Thermarest Neo Air X Lite, and then the budget lane that kept repeating was the Trekology and the Nature Hike. If you sleep cold or you're just unsure how you sleep, don't gamble on this. Pick a pad for reputation for warmth and for comfort, because it's going to make the difference in loving backpacking and never wanting to go again. This might be the strongest consensus I got in the whole survey. The Sawyer Squeeze. It's everywhere. But a couple of the honorable mentions in the list was the Platypus Quick Draw and the Cat-O-9 Be Free, which is actually the filter that I use a lot. And a lot of times people were pairing filters with simple systems for carrying water, like smart water bottles. A lot of people mentioned a lot of the Canuck bags. And a few people even mentioned the Mazimo M-Go bottle or some of the new bottles that you see out now that are reusable. Beginners don't need some kind of fancy hydration system. They need a system that's simple, reliable, and easy to explain to a friend. Stoves were basically a battle between 2 philosophies. The budget ultralight, which was the BRS 3000T, or a reliable standard, which kept coming up as the MSR Pocket Rocket. Even the Soto Windmaster Americas showed up a few times too as well. For pots, as usual, it was the Toaks Olympics for that category. Most everybody mentioned the Toaks 750 milliliter, and a few kept mentioning like the 550, the 900, or even the 1100. And utensils? Of course, the long-handled titanium spoon for the win. Because every backpacker eventually learns the same lesson. Sporks are just a pain. Spoons are where we find our peace out on the trail. If you're wondering what to buy first in clothing, Darn Tough Socks was definitely the biggest recommendation. That was the closest thing I saw to a universal yes. And if you blister easy, a lot of folks mention the Injinji socks, which were mentioned a lot as being a cheat code. Now for puffies, the budget king that kept showing up was the Decathlon MT100. That one's a pretty big beginner win because it performs way above its price. Rain Gear also had a pretty big repeat winner for beginners. Frog Dogs. They're not glamorous and they're not Instagram ultralight, but tons of experienced backpackers still use them because it works. If you want the headlamp short list, it's basically the Nightcore NU25 or the NU20. They were the thing that pretty much showed up repeatedly on the survey. Now, footwear was one of the categories where people were basically saying, stop copying YouTubers. Wear what fits your foot. Yeah, the Ultra Long Peak showed up a lot. Even the Topo and Hoka Speed Goats showed up too. But also multiple experienced backpackers said that boots worked for them as well. The best shoe is the one that doesn't wreck your foot. Get out and try different things. Go to stores and get advice. And work on building your confidence. Now, let's talk about something I'm genuinely excited about. Based on these results, I'm gonna purchase the most popular of the big 4 items: tent, backpack, quilt and slash bag, and sleeping pad. Then in the 6-month reveal video, I'm gonna give them away. And here's the cool part. Whoever wins it, you can keep the gear or you can pass it on to a beginner backpacker. So let me talk about how to be eligible. All you have to do is be a subscriber to my channel, like this video and comment below something that you're super excited about potentially winning. And then click on the link in the description and go and fill out the poll. I don't care if you're a brand new backpacker who knows very little and only can answer 1 or 2 questions about a couple things that maybe you've researched or bought, or if you're a super experienced person that has tons of information and knowledge on it. All you have to do is fill out the survey and share your knowledge so that we can put it into the bank that everybody else has been giving us so far in this survey. And in the bottom portion of that survey will be a small portion where you can put in your email address. And what that does is I'm not sharing that with anybody. It doesn't get sold to anything or anybody. But what it does is it allows me the ability to be able to reach out and contact you. Because as you guys know, we can't send messages through YouTube. So by having your email address, it will help me be able to reach out to the winner. And if you already filled out the survey over the last 30 days, you're automatically in. This video is just the 30-day checkpoint. As I told you guys in the original video, I'm gonna do this over the course of the next year. And I'm gonna do a video at 6 months, and then again, a final video at 1 year to really be able to just take the information of all of you amazing people and help us build out the best beginner backpacking gear list. Now I wanna hear from you guys. What do you think every beginner should spend money on to start with? What's the worst beginner gear that you ever bought and why? Drop all of this in the comments below or answer the survey because the list only gets better as we get more information from all of you guys. And if you're new here, welcome. You don't need perfect gear. You just need a simple system and the confidence to get started.